What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Chop It Up podcast. This is episode 12. So, it's your host, Shock, a.k.a. Cassidy Cloud, a.k.a. Chuck Beasley, a.k.a. C.K. Stevenson, also known in these streets as Richie Sweetmeat Johnson. Ask your auntie about me. Who do we have on the podcast with me today? That will never get old. And I would never stop saying that.
I know.
You said this is episode 12?
Episode 12.
He's been on this is episode 1, bro.
And I've only been here like twice. That's crazy.
It's your third time.
That was rude.
You can come more often.
Tell your brother here.
Who was that?
Mama.
Mama say you can't use my day. All right, y'all gonna introduce yourselves? Let's start with.
Yeah, all right. It's your boy EK, a.k.a. Ian King, a.k.a. Agent 57, Redeemed Servant, Unashamed Rebel, repping the 206. Shout out to my Mariners. We killing it right now. I think we number 1 as far as wins in the MLB. And we're going to keep going. And this year we're going to make the playoffs. And I'm glad to be here with y'all. And let's have a great podcast.
Oh, me? Oh, what's up? My name is, oh, wow. I'm very nervous. I don't know why. Here we go.
Just talk all that.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Becky, a.k.a. Becca_2X on Instagram, a.k.a. Chocolate Earthquake, if you come by the stove, here and then or whatever, a.k.a. It's Dash Becca LOL on Snapchat. Yeah. Catch me outside. How about that? Ew. No, I take it back.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Wow.
Ew. I can't believe I said that. That was so horrible.
So, I'm new to this whole thing, so I don't really got AKAs.
Everybody comes on very intimidated by the AKAs, but like, it's okay.
You guys got all these cool names. I'm just like, oh, okay.
It kind of it flowed at that moment and kind of just roll with it.
All right.
Yeah, don't be intimidated because Agent 57 is like a
He didn't say that till about episode 4.
Yeah, that kind of started because I had on like the white shirt, red tie, like Agent 47. I was like, well, I can't be Agent 47, so 57.
57, I got you. All right, well, then it's Tommy, a.k.a. Like Spike on Instagram.
Hey.
A.k.a. Sideline Cinema. Stay tuned.
Ooh, hey.
Shameless plug.
Yes,
Plug.
hire me,
Shameless
please,
plug.
sir. Please hire me.
All right, so I'm turning this down.
I have a quick question. Tommy, do you have a job?
Do I have a job?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can't say where he works.
Is it a real job?
It's a real job.
What is not a real job? Like being an Instagram
Martin?
influencer.
Martin? Tommy? He always talks
Okay.
about his job.
It took us all a minute to.
Yeah,
I thought you was
what?
just inquiring about his job.
Yeah, he can't say where he works right now, but
I was like, that was very awkward to just ask.
I know, right?
You got a job?
You know, I never watched Martin, so like I know the reference. But
Oh, should we even
I
talk
would've
about
never-
the?
No,
Okay, all right.
we can mention it later. But
Okay.
before we start, I do got a question. What's the point of Snapchat, yo?
What you
Everybody be like, "Oh, hey, I think you're cute. Follow me on Snapchat." It's like, but
mean? Snapchat is like...
why though? Like, I
Snapchat
don't.
is just to follow people's daily lives.
But this the thing, y'all don't do nothing but listen to a song and like make weird
That's
faces
not
with
true.
filters.
I
People
think
do-
that's what they do in public. I think Snapchat has a lot of private
Oh,
uses.
premium.
Yeah.
I tried to
No,
start a
not
premium. I did not get the audience I wanted. It's very
Mike.
weird.
I bet.
Not enough
Could have got my
aunties.
tuition paid, but it was not
Oh
worth
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's always worth it though.
it's never enough aunties though. To answer your
What
question.
is wrong? Okay.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says "I love aunties." Y'all gonna understand this.
Yeah, I believe
Older
it.
women have a different level of love.
Yes, this
So
this
do
is
older
true.
men.
Fair enough. I'm not. You
It's
know what I'm
true.
saying? I don't believe in. Double standards are a thing, but I believe in equality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Equality.
So if I'm a young sister who want to get an older gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Prosper. Secure the bag. Just make sure he don't have a secondary family because that's usually what
Yes.
come along.
She might be the secondary family.
She might.
Oh.
He might be starting number 3 with her.
Right.
If you got been gay, just be careful.
Crying. I'm crying.
I'm just saying. Look.
This was a podcast sponsored by Icy Hot.
Oh.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first topic, we're going to talk about the young man Lil Nas X came out with the song Old Town Road. It was a hit. I rocked with it.
Yes. It's very catchy.
Did you?
This
also
the
lean
thing.
with it?
Huh?
Did you also lean with it?
No, didn't lean with it because I don't indulge in lean, Becca.
We don't drink that
Well,
stuff.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
The song does.
But it was bumping. People loved it. But the country charts were like, it doesn't really, symbolize
charts,
country
meaning
music.
White people.
I'm gonna reserve that because there's a black guy in the country charts and he's doing well. What's his name?
That's true.
Derek. Start with
Derek.
Ain't he like biracial though?
Derek something.
a D.
No, there's a
I
dark
don't know
skin.
if that matters to those people.
There's a dark
the one
skinned
drop
black
rule.
guy. There's a
Yeah.
dark skinned black guy that
Oh, I mean, well, good.
And this is the thing, country
got
music
country
is great. But back to the Lil Nas X. So apparently his music wasn't like good enough to be on the charts essentially.
Good enough.
So good old Billy Ray Cyrus, the father of Miley Cyrus,
Billy Ray.
hopped
Ooh,
on a
Billy
remix.
Ray. We don't mess
and
with her.
immediately soared on the charts. Ended up being ranked first and fourth. Fourth was the remix. First was the original. So what do you guys think about the influence that urban people have on certain issues like that? And how do you feel about black people coming into country music? And is Billy Ray Cyrus invited to the cookout? As long as he don't bring Miley.
First, let me start with this. We coming for country music. We gonna get country music. We gonna take over it, and you ain't gonna have no genres left. I'm just messing.
Nah,
with
they
you.
gonna have bluegrass, cause brother, I can't.
No, bluegrass.
Yeah,
Bluegrass
that's safe for
started.
now.
Yeah,
That's safe
But
forever.
bluegrass was started by black folk.
yeah. That's what I was.
So it just got
saying.
tainted
We
over
just-
time.
yeah.
There's no way it got like that.
I'm telling you, bluegrass was us originally. If you go back, like all the way back, you really think they was talking like that back then?
Nah.
So my opinion on it, I just found it funny. Like as soon as they found out who this person was, I was like, "Oh, it's not country enough." I mean, we all know what that really means, but
We all know it's 2019.
Yeah.
Trump is somebody's president.
not mine. But yeah, and I just thought it was real funny because it's like, well, the song might not be the most country song, but it's what all the kids are listening to nowadays. I think it's opening doors for other people of other ethnicities to listen to country more so. And like my thing is, this should be a win-win situation. I mean, if they're smart, okay, hey, yeah, this might not be the most country song, but I mean, we're getting a whole new audience with this one song, and it's like, okay, well, let's try to push this kid to a certain extent to where we can make, I guess, country music more
Diverse.
Diverse.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. and
Quick
we'll be
commercial
right
break.
Be right back.
We back.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we fixed the situation.
Yeah.
So we was talking about Lil Nas X. Becca, what's your
Oh.
take?
I just think it goes back to, the age-old story of white people stealing shit. And I feel
I knew she gonna go.
and I feel like we started country. We started, like, even if it's not a country song, because people are saying because it sounds more like a parody, that's why they took it down or whatever. And I'm like, it could sound like a parody, but it also sounds just like a mixture of hip hop and country. So the fact that like even Lil Nas X himself said that he wants it to be a country song. So the fact that like you would kick him off of the charts, like that's crazy to me. And the fact that they have enough power to do that, period.
I mean, imagine if we kicked a white person's R&B
That's what I'm
song
saying.
off the R&B.
Like-
Yeah, Justin Timberlake didn't exist.
Right,
Robin Thicke didn't
right.
exist.
You
Justin
already-
Bieber.
Eminem
That's
didn't
what I was about to
exist.
say. I feel like country music, its day has come. Same thing happened to rock. Same thing happened to R&B. Same thing's happening to rap. It starts off as one thing, and then it just grows. It expands, and it changes into something else. And I feel like country music's day has come, and it's, I feel like it might have the most resistance just because,
That's all they got left. That's all they got left.
Yes.
But,
But-
like Ian said, we coming, man.
Listen,
To be fair, this ain't the first time hip hop and country has
It's not.
No, it's not.
and
It's
mixed
not.
well.
Yeah.
Whereas Nelly and Tim McGraw did.
That is true. Hey,
Yeah.
you're right.
Didn't Jay-Z? No, he did rock.
Nah, he
No,
did
that was with Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park, yeah.
Oh.
But still, like I
Kendrick
thought
did
at
the
that
same thing.
moment, hip hop was gonna start merging with country,
Yeah.
and I guess they shut that down because at that time we really didn't have like internet sensations.
Right.
We only had like A&Rs pushing selected artists
Yeah.
through record companies. So I think now you're gonna get that mix.
And country music is, in my opinion, the second best lyrical music after rap.
I can see that. I could see that just for the storytelling aspect.
Yeah,
of
man,
it.
they got some stories, man.
Yeah.
Now, fun fact: country music is the leading music that's gonna cause you to commit suicide
Huh?
because most of the messages are very depressing.
Heartbreak and all that stuff.
So
Yeah.
you think about like rap, you would think rap is, but rap's
No,
not gonna
I
make
would
you
think
commit suicide.
Rock is. They
Rock?
be yelling in
You
your
mean heavy
ear
metal?
about-
I'm like, oh, relax,
No.
buddy.
Because country music is like, don't nobody
It
love
is.
me. She left me
Jeez.
for my best friend. All I have is my truck and my dog. You be like, dang, brother.
No, yo, time out. I'm about to drop some F-bombs. Did y'all ever hear that country song? This dude was saying, fuck your dog. Some girl broke up with him. I said, oh my God.
Oh my
He
not
said,
heard that
fuck
one,
you,
man.
bitch. I was like, whoa, okay, this is country. All right, sure.
But it's the thing, country music is good though. Like people be sleep.
No, it's
I
good.
did
Like
have a country music. Like back in the day, I used to listen to Lady Antebellum,
That
Carrie
look,
Underwood.
hey,
I was back. I was
I
listening
used to
that.
bump with Carrie a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was going through my white phase, you know.
what was
I
it
just
Luke
had
Harper?
No.
No, it's
It was somebody else.
it's
I know who you're
somebody.
talking about.
Who the
I
one
used
that
to
did
actually
the
like-
baby lock them doors and turn the lights down?
yeah, what's
low?
his
That's
name?
all.
I have Google.
It's not Luke Harper.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a big Taylor Swift fan before
Starts
she
with
turned
L.
like pop.
Taylor Swift before he
She
turned
was
pop.
cold.
Yep.
I mean, no, like I'm not hating on it. I just never really was into
She
Taylor
wore
Swift.
shirt,
But
shirt,
I
I
respect
wore
her grind and her
She's
and her.
getting
Josh
I'm
Turner.
on the bleachers.
Y'all know
That's
that
Josh
one
Turner.
song.
That's not Luke Perry.
I can't think of the artist. My cousin sings it every time at karaoke, and I think it's hilarious. Like lyrics like "chilling on a dirt road."
Oh, I know what you're
something,
talking about.
something like I'm George. Yeah, that's that. Now that's my favorite country song because like the rhythm like flows with the words. I'm like, oh, all right, okay.
Man, I'm telling you, they're good. Like
Yeah.
my last at the last job I was at, my boss, black dude, loved country music. Like that's his stuff.
Yeah.
And we were listening to a song, and dude was talking about like I like my girls with a little bit of shake. And I'm just like, that's the same thing as twerking. Like it's like the same thing, but just
You like
a little
thick women,
different.
brother?
Yeah,
I'm
so-
I'm
like
like,
saying it different.
man, we brothers, man. Like you know,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now there was a viral video and it was like some old Alabama like straight in the
Oh, my
country,
gosh.
but it was like they were rapping.
I seen that.
Oh, wasn't like
I seen
But
that.
it
rednecks?
slapped. Like
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
flowing. I
For
was
real.
like,
I was like,
yo.
I saw
Wait
that.
a minute, you know, and see that's the thing. Black people will be like, oh, okay, that was dope. You know, come rock with us.
That's the thing.
They
Black
won't do
people
it.
are actually more accepting than you think.
Of
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
like they
stereotype
embrace
that we don't
everybody.
want nobody.
Yes.
In. Black people like think about it. If I go up and I sing like Tevin Campbell and I do good, they're like, "Oh, that was good." But if like a Caucasian like nerdy dude go up and kill Tevin Campbell, he's the greatest person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But that's what I think is it's really a problem. We be trying to let everybody come to the what's it called
Cookout?
to the cookout, and it's like not everybody deserves to be at the cookout. Like
Yeah, not
Miley
everybody.
Cyrus was at the cookout for too long.
I didn't invite Miley Cyrus.
I didn't
This the
invite
thing.
her.
A lot
Billy,
of people
Billy
invited
Ray
her too.
Cyrus is at the cookout and Miley's on the other side of the fence, pissed.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
trying to get in.
She
After
tried
Hannah
for
Montana?
years to get in, and Billy did one verse, and we invited
Right,
him.
right,
in.
right.
I mean, and I'm down for that because I mean, I'm sure his publicist or somebody told him maybe you should hop on the remix, and like that makes sense. But how fast it happened,
Yeah.
that's what I really applaud him for. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
It
let's,
took like a
let's-
second.
yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, there was no waiting. Like, let me test waters. He said, no, let's get this thing done.
As
now.
soon as they took it down, he was like, I don't think that's right.
Yep.
Now, when songs are at the top, could it be because of it's just like controversy and what's like everybody's talking about, so people are just playing it to
No, it
hear?
was at the top before it
It's a
was
mixture.
even a controversy.
Yeah.
It was rising to the top.
Yeah,
The
because
remix is at the
see,
top.
I guess this song's been out for some time. Because my brother was telling me recently, like he heard it during the football season. Because there was a video for Andrew Luck, and he had like a great game,
Yeah, it's
and then
been
he
out
heard
for a
that
minute.
song. I was like, oh, really? Because I first heard it like 2 weeks ago. So I was like,
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. At first, when I first heard it, that's why I said it does sound like a parody song. Because when I first heard it, I thought thought it was a parody song.
Yeah, I thought it was the joke. I said, "What the
I was
heck
like,
is this?
this
Turn
is
this
so
bull
funny,
crap
but
off."
it bangs.
And then I was like, and they're like, "No, that's a real song. He's really trying." I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh."
Yeah, I never heard it until like after the whole Billboard
The
thing happened.
controversy.
Yeah, and then I listened. I'm like, all right.
Which proves my
I like
point.
it.
Controversy is your best seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, when he got into his situation, his sales skyrocketed.
Well, that's only because people were listening to the music trying to figure out, oh my God, he was talking
But
about
I'm
this,
saying
this,
you
this,
get the
this.
listens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, it
yeah.
helps.
That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Like controversy or things that bad happen. You
Just like Beyonce, a lot of people say they don't like Beyonce because like she tells a lot of her business in her songs or whatever, and they say like that's what boosts her sales. Mind you, I love Beyonce with all my life. Don't come for me.
I don't know
Like
about all my
Beehive
life,
or
but
whatever.
she's
No,
yeah.
I do.
She's one
I
hell
love
of an
me some Beyonce.
entertainer. Yeah,
She's a great entertainer,
she's
all
dope.
around entertainer.
Yeah.
Like all around.
she top 2
artist.
right now.
Oh, living.
Who's number one?
I see this the
Wait,
thing.
are you saying
I say
living?
top 2 because they got to battle it out, and you got to throw Chris Brown in there. There's no way
Oh
you can't
my!
throw him
All
in there.
around.
All around. What you mean? Singing, dancing, choreography,
visuals, producing, acting, doing all.
No. I'm
Chris
saying
Brown's a horrible
performer.
actor.
Performer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because if we're talking about like work, body of work, I
No.
don't-
Beyonce beats that. I'm
Yeah.
saying performer. Like when you get on stage,
like
Yeah,
actual
no, I'm with
performance.
that.
you telling me they
I'm with
can't be
that.
compared?
No,
But no,
I-
we're not saying that
at all.
I see what you're saying. I'm talking about as far as the entertainer. Like
You talking
overall,
about overall complete artist?
Yes.
Yeah, overall.
Oh, Beyonce got that.
Okay,
Period.
yeah.
Because she also doesn't really
Top,
have
period.
like scandals and issues.
Yes, at all.
Her biggest scandals was somebody cheating on her, which
The
first
elevator.
Of all,
The elevator.
And see
the
now,
elevator wasn't even her. It was Solange.
but
That's
but
true.
but now we know why Solange was mad.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
you-
after Solange
But
was
she
Chun Li
used-
kicking him in the elevator.
I mean, we know why now.
We knew.
I mean, we knew, but we didn't know. Cause I was like, she pissed me
your
off.
sister ain't gonna
And-
kick your husband
Right.
like that
And
unless
see,
it's
For
a
not-
reason.
exactly.
And do you see how Beyonce looked like?
I'm like, I can't even stop.
Beyonce was like, I know these cameras, but like, I'm gonna live vicariously.
She
Through my
was like,
sister.
well,
And she
Like,
used
you
that.
dumbass
That's how
nigga.
smart
You
she
cheating
is.
on my sister?
She used that elevator, all that scandal. She used it, and she made a whole like. Everybody was so curious, and that's
it was
why
beautiful.
they listened to.
now
the song.
I'm curious. Like, how did that actually play out in the elevator? Was it just like,
I'm
hey,
telling you, listen,
like,
Solange.
how'd that work?
You know, like I'm sure Solange and Beyonce went to the bathroom real quick, and like Beyonce probably started crying.
Yeah.
Girl, what's the matter?
That's what- yeah.
Spilled the beans. And she saw a jigger. She's like, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
What you think it was on site?
Yeah.
It was on site.
It was on site. And
It was
then,
on site when she thought nobody was around, and they started
Yeah.
arguing. First of all, how long was that elevator ride?
That's
Because
what
there was a
I'm
lot of
saying.
That's what I'm
kicks.
saying.
yo,
Elevator rides be
Yo,
long.
was
chill,
going down a
chill,
couple of
chill, yo.
floors.
There was no
I'ma say,
security.
I'm proud of him for not like reacting.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
he's-
in a corner.
Retaliate.
That's
Yeah.
kind of how I knew he was in the wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because he
somebody
knew he
beating you,
deserved
it's
it.
like I can't really fight back. Like, but
If you didn't deserve it, of course you're gonna like
Solange like
retaliate.
she will stab you too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Solange, she's a thug out of
She
the
a
two
ride
of
or
them.
die.
She looked
Yeah.
real.
Solange
Yeah.
is one of my favorites though. Like back when she was doing Proud Family, like
Proud Family and
When she
Johnson
was
Family
just a little
Vacation.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so yeah, going back to Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah, I'm proud of him. I'll save him a plate. You know, it's
I said him play. He
that's the
ain't
thing. You can come to
invited.
the cookout, just you better not get in the kitchen.
You see, that's the thing, man. Like, all right, I feel like certain people could be invited to the cookout, as in, this is what we do, and we're comfortable with you here.
Yes.
Not in like, all right, now you have a role here.
Exactly.
No, wow,
Exactly.
Like you don't sit down
That's
at
a
the
word.
spades table when I
Right,
invite you to the
right.
or the Domino's table
Right.
when I invite you to the cookout. You
Right.
kind of just like, hey,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Billy.
This is cool.
Nice to meet you.
Right, exactly.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna
Hang
eat
with the
my
other
food.
Caucasian people that was invited. You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all right there? Yeah.
you got in.
Him?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're not like gonna go in the kitchen and start juggling with the auntie. Like, you
Yeah.
You can't
Uncles
go
ain't
up to
gonna let
somebody and be like, "This is too salty," or "This
Yeah,
this got too
yeah.
much season." Then
Then you about to die.
the whole cookout gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at you. I'm like,
This is how we.
Scratch his record. Yeah.
did this? Hey, brother, you gonna have to leave, man.
Who's this man?
But if we trying to like, if we talking about cookout, to be honest, a lot of black people don't need to be at the cookout either.
that's true.
I'm just gonna keep it
Somebody's
going,
uncle, somebody auntie don't need to be there.
Listen,
Like if I go to cookout and R. Kelly, there, I'm leaving.
we kicking Kodak out. What you mean?
Yeah, you right.
Wait,
Replace
you
him.
not riding for Kodak? You from Florida?
I don't care.
I'm
I do
checking.
not care.
I mean,
I have
yeah.
not liked that man since he said light skinned women are naturally more submissive or some dumb shit like that.
It's Kodak. Everything he says is
Stupid.
like
Yeah.
that.
Very ignorant.
He look. He
Oh,
looks-
you from Florida too?
Yeah. We got 2 Floridians up in here.
Southwest Florida, Port Charlotte. Where you from?
Central Florida,
Orlando?
Orlando, Old Town.
You Haitian?
Huh?
You Haitian?
How you know that?
'Cause you're
That's
from Florida?
great. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, that's the like.
I mean-
Florida, yeah, Haitian.
And then me and Shaka like, okay.
Florida
I'm telling you,
is
Haitians
the
is-
Haitian capital.
Haitian
of the world.
Central, yeah.
No,
Not even Haiti.
really.
Like,
Yeah.
Like we're deep.
Because we got little Haiti too,
And
like
Cubans,
in
and
Miami.
Cubans like in like the southern Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cubans. Yeah, you know
Miami.
they got their
Miami.
coke and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's
Cocaine.
interesting watching people when they find out from the same area because they have their own internal conversations that external people don't understand.
Like, what the
Like
hell
you was
you
like
talking
Southwest, nah, Central. I'm over there like I don't know what this means.
about? Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
Like we really don't even do that in Virginia. We kind of do it in Virginia, but
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter.
Well,
Because it's like DMV
it's
and then
because
everybody
Florida,
else.
the way
Yeah.
Florida is like set up, it's so easy to like separate everybody.
yeah.
So like
that makes sense.
North Florida is way different.
North
from
Florida, South
Florida.
Georgia.
Literally,
Pretty much.
That's what they call it. Because it's
I
That's
mean,
why I
it's-
said North Virginia is pretty much Maryland.
pretty much, yeah.
Like, cause we don't even act the same. Like it's weird.
I don't know what that means.
But you gotta have like a country for a state. Like you guys have
Texas
a
has a
big.
country.
Yeah,
That's
Texas.
true.
I mean, see, with Washington, we got Western Washington and Eastern Washington. Western Washington is more like the forest and mountains and all that. Eastern Washington is just straight desert, which is weird.
What?
And it's like more conservative over there and all
Washington
that.
Desert?
Yeah,
I didn't
we
know
have desert
that.
over there. Yeah,
Dang.
so it's like weird. As far as the city of Seattle, you got the CD where I was born and raised in South End, and like them two areas like got beef since the dawn of time for some odd reason. But you know, Bloods and folks up here, Crips and all that stuff down here.
I always
so.
thought it just rained in Seattle. Like y'all just
That's
had a lot
that's
of
all I
rain.
thought.
Seattle?
No,
Every time I look, or if it's on
I
a video
just-
game, it's like rain and like good seafood.
And the hills.
That's just
all
a
I see.
misconception. I
The
mean, like
hills.
as far as the amounts of rain, it rains in the South more as far as amounts, but like consecutive days of like precipitation, Seattle does have that.
One day we're gonna talk about stereotypes because Florida, I just thought y'all was just like it was like beautiful city, beautiful downtown,
We got
but y'all
our
have
hoods, too.
superior crackheads.
We got a
Yes,
Now we do have the
on
best.
a whole nother level.
That's because we
Like-
got different drugs.
No, nigga,
Y'all
they
have-
ain't crackheads, they metahumans. That's what the hell they are.
Yeah, we
Shoot.
got like them tropical drugs.
Star- yeah,
like,
Star
it's not
Labs,
real
that's what we
stuff,
call
bruh.
that, yeah.
I swear.
Like we should have like a crackhead battle royale. And just-
They gonna win. I
between
tell you that.
Between New
New
York,
York and
Oh,
Florida.
yeah.
Shoot.
I swear, the government started in Florida putting the different shit, and then they send it out to the different states. That's what happened.
Hey, that's fine.
All right, let's move on to the next topic.
I've got to move on.
Oh my goodness! All right, so on a more serious note,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Today,
R.I.P.
he actually had the funeral. I think the funeral went pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, you had a lot of special guests.
Yeah.
Farrakhan spoke. That surprised me actually.
Yeah.
But
That's not surprising.
when I look at it, a lot of people loved him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not talking about like that fake. Oh, I die now, like rock with you. I'm talking about
like
like
love it.
they were showing in the past they had mad love for Nipsey.
Yeah.
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 And I knew him mostly for his music, but like earlier this year, I started learning about stuff he did.
Right.
Like he was like putting millions back into his community,
Yes.
and opening centers, opening the coding centers for black kids
Yep.
because they like are naturally good at coding, but they don't have the resources.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was like, yo, Nipsey a real one, and then unfortunately the demise happened.
Yeah, man.
But like,
And it's crazy because I was actually the opposite. I had never heard any of it. Well, not any of his songs, but like none of his like low level songs or whatever. And but I had always heard of the stuff he was doing in the community.
Right.
And so
Right.
like when he died, that it hurt me just because like
Of what he was doing.
of what he was doing.
Same
like,
here.
And there's not a lot of people out here doing what he's doing.
Same here. Even though I am from the West Coast, like I knew who he was just off rip, but I know some of his music, but just like you said, I was more so familiar with what he was doing, and that's why I liked him so much. Like, okay, this dude's actually pouring into his community, like
Yeah.
which most people who are in the industry that are making a lot of money should do, because
Right.
you know where you come from, and you know that your neighbors have a disadvantage. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in my personal opinion, at least a good handful should go back and help, and he was doing that and then some. And when I heard he was dead, I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." Because we were actually doing a shoot.
Yeah, we was at a shoot and they was like, yo, Nipsey got shot. And I was like,
What you mean?
and in my heart, I was like, yo, he might pull through.
Yeah.
They was like, he
Yeah.
got shot in the head. I said, oh,
Dang,
it's
he
not,
did, yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I found that out.
it was, but do you think he set, because I'm going to say a very controversial statement, but I'm going to say it. Maybe because I didn't really live it. But I feel like Nipsey was more influential than Tupac.
He was. And I'll say that. I'll say it just because.
And I won't say influential as in like doing stuff. Like Tupac
Yeah.
preached a lot.
Yeah.
But Nipsey did it.
Yeah, and
But Tupac had more of a message, whereas Nipsey had a message and stuff behind it. You know, like he was doing stuff that people didn't even hear of until he died. You know what I mean? Like the coding stuff and stuff like that. Tupac was more of a I'm gonna use my platform
Yeah.
as a way to reach out to people.
And the only reason I say he's more influential than Tupac is because, like, when you think of, like, one of the greatest West Coast people of, like, our culture, you think of Tupac.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't live through the Tupac.
Yeah.
Like, I was born, but I was like, when Tupac died, it was like 94.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was 2 years
94,
old.
95, something like that.
2 or 3 years old. No, I was probably 2. But, like, I lived through Nipsey, and you started to see greatness and then him being taken away. So I guess it hurt.
More
Oh,
for
I
you.
I would
another
say too
level.
that Nipsey lived longer, so he was older. So honestly, I think Tupac died at like 25.
Yeah, he
26.
was
Young.
young. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
so I
young.
think like part of the youngness of him prevents him from like actually getting down and getting his hands dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is with Pac, I mean, I've heard stories about how he would just talk to individuals, you know, and like kind of change their lives through one-on-one encounters. While Nipsey was doing that and building stuff, you know, and I think for me, my godbrother said it best. He was my generation's Tupac.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's so true. And like people are hurting. Another friend of mine from high school, she said on social media that excuse me, that she remembers her mom crying when Tupac died. And she really didn't kind of understand the gravity of the situation. But now that Nipsey died, she understands what her mom was going through because of how influential
Yeah.
Tupac was and how influential Nipsey was for her.
Yeah.
So it's a very
Yeah.
this is
And it's
just
crazy that you mentioned that. You know, we don't know what Tupac could have done.
right.
Right.
And he died
Right.
so very early that he
Right.
didn't get that chance. And so we don't know what Nipsey could have done even more.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And in our time, I feel like the age that he died at was kind of as early as
Yeah.
Tupac dying. Like for us, I don't know.
BRB?
I factor in like the fact that I factor in the fact that like our lives are like expanding more. So like we live much longer now, and so
Yeah, it's about the same like equivalent.
right. So when he died, it's about the same time. So
I will say, me, I didn't know much about Nipsey. I knew who he was, like, but I never really listened to his music, and I didn't know that he was doing all this. But, you know, once he died and a lot of stuff, you know, people were talking about him, the fact that he said, like, he became the owner of a building where, like, this dude kept kicking them out or whatever, so now that dude's their tenant. And, like, black ownership is real, and, like, that is super important. And unfortunately, he died, but I feel like it'll influence people to like try to get that and try to have like ownership over things.
That was gonna be my next question. Do you think he's like set a precedent or set a standard? And I know a lot of people have done it, but he seemed to be like very impactful. So do you think? Because I know there's certain artists who do stuff and it's not really publicized because like
I think that
Jay-Z, for example, like if
Right.
you go back and look at what he's done recently,
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
that's insane. But you never hear about it. And it's like, why do I hear about it?
Right. But dang.
Yeah, I told you that we gonna go over time because we go.
All right, but
But
Go ahead.
I will say that a lot of artists, I think he was different because he was very hands-on. Like, if you hear the story of how he even died, he went to the store just to pick up, like, an outfit from his very own store. You know what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just to, like, go and pick up somebody from jail. You know what I mean? Like, he picked up an outfit, bought an outfit for them just to pick them up. And that's when he was shot. So I feel like you know, like he was very hands-on in the community that he came from. There's a big difference between like giving money and standing back and watching people use it for something, whereas actually being in the community and still part of the community while also
living there too.
yeah,
Yeah,
and giving
exactly.
to the community.
Because he didn't. I mean, he was there. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like he was present, which like, a lot of people
Right.
just set stuff up and never come back to
Right.
see it grow.
Exactly.
Right. And like the thing is, he was healing the hood. Like he was there trying to make a change, and that's why I think it's very important, especially for these artists or athletes, you know, to really come back and say, "Hey, I want to help out," because not every kid is gonna be an athlete, not every
Right.
kid is gonna be an artist. But you know, these kids are talented. They just don't have the resources, the mentors, the time, the safe environments. These things need to be provided. I mean, because obviously the government's not doing it. Obviously the cities aren't doing it. So it's up to us to do it because we know what it's like. And I pray that people will kind of look at themselves and be like, you know what, I want to start helping out more. I'm not saying you have to move back to the hood. I understand if you don't want to live there, but go back and show love. You know what I
Be
mean?
present. like,
Yeah.
Open up. And now, like as far as like your question about influence and if it'll like change things, I think it will, but I'm a little skeptical, just because like death is current, it's present, so people are gonna be like on fire, and I feel like that fire can dwindle. Because to me, in my mind, like it shouldn't take somebody dying to
Yeah.
realize the significance and the positive
Exactly.
stuff that he was doing.
Right.
Like you should be
Exactly.
able to see it and just be like, oh, that's good. Like let's do it. So that's why I'm just like I think it'll help. I think it'll have a long term effect, but I think the immediate fire that people might have will like go down.
And I
Yeah.
think it's funny that he died at the time that he did, just because, like, a couple weeks ago they had the billionaires meeting or something, the millionaires meeting with like Kevin Hart and Jay-Z and Kanye and all those people. Well, I don't think Kanye was there, but like they had a meeting with all those influential people,
Yeah.
like black people in Hollywood, like right now. And I felt, I saw that and I was like, dang, like they could be doing so much. And like they out here having a party, like that was just like so crazy to me. And it's like the fact that Nipsey would die at that time. Nipsey was there, he was part of it or whatever. But it's just like just to see all of them, and the fact that Nipsey was like one of the only ones doing something so
Right.
good.
And listen, most, if not all, those people there put in the hard work to get there.
Of course.
I'm not gonna fault them. Have your fun, but there's a time to help people. You know what I mean? Like there's a time for fun. There's a time to help people, and I just hope. Okay. I used to, as a player, hate LeBron. I have nothing but respect for this man now because he built a school for inner city kids to have a great place to learn, state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art books, all that kind of stuff. Opportunities for them. Like, you know what? This is what it's about. I have nothing negative to say about this man anymore because he's helping his community.
Yeah.
We're not asking people to open 50 million schools or something like that. Just do something.
You don't gotta
Do
be Oprah,
something.
but-
Just one thing. Let these people know. Oh, they actually care. They actually remember me.
Right.
Exactly. That's
right.
I've always been just curious. Like I don't want to be angry at a lot of like black celebs and wealthy black folks, because I don't know. Maybe they are doing stuff that I just don't know about. But
Right.
like Jalen Rose, for example, most people probably don't even know him as a former NBA
Yeah,
player.
former,
and
yeah.
He's opened up a school or whatever. Now, granted, LeBron is a superstar, so whenever he does anything, it's going to make the news.
Right.
But I'm just like, if Jalen Rose, who is basically a no-name person,
Can
could
open
do
up a school.
that,
Yes.
like how come we don't hear more about that? Like,
Right.
where is it?
Because, I mean, agree or disagree, I think it's just the capitalist mindset that we
I agree.
as a country have. Like, okay, I'm going to get mines and I'm going to keep mines.
Right.
And I'm not going to help you because you could do it too. Well, don't you realize you had to get some kind of help to get to
That's
where
what
you
I'm
were
saying.
in the first place?
These people I won't say it's off of, like, everything they have is off of good luck, but you can't tell me, like,
Someone didn't help you. Yeah.
someone didn't help you or somebody didn't reach down and say, yo, you know, like, I see a potential or something. So you can't just, like, get to the top and be like, oh, I'm at the top. Like, what are you going to do? Are you not going to help the person who's trying to come up just like you. Like, that's what's up.
Just like a real quick statement before we move on. Everybody here, I know that we're all going to be successful in one way, shape, or form. And like I was thinking to myself, I'm not gonna need a boatload of money. I'm just not that type of person. I mean, I'm gonna set my family up to be successful, yeah. But like, if Lord willing, I get on the George Lucas or Steven Spielberg status, man, I'm opening schools. I'm doing stuff, research centers. Like I would love to open a film school for inner city kids. Like, hey, you guys want to make movies? I can teach you guys. Da 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 da. So it's just. You got to have the heart, man, and if you don't have the heart to help people,
it just, in my opinion, it doesn't take much, especially if we have a whole bunch of like that party you were mentioning. Like, even if you guys just all gave like 1%, like
it would be nothing.
Yeah,
to
combined, you don't lose much, and the world gains a lot. So
yeah, that's it. Last topic, brother.
Well, for the
just
sake
real
of
quick.
time, we're gonna save it for the next podcast.
All right.
And we're gonna conclude this one. It's a very brief podcast, but I feel like it was very important to have one at this time period. So, at this time, I'm gonna play a song. We're gonna do an outro. Why do I hear like a radio playing or something?
It's outside.
Okay. Anyway, so you have any comments, concerns, questions, statements you want to input, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, as all the YouTube people say, and drop a comment in the comment section or tweet us, #ChopItUpPodcast.
Yes, sir.
Let us know what you think. It's your boy, Shock, also known in the streets as Richie Sweet Meat Johnson. Ask your auntie about me.
It's never gonna get old. Your boy EK. I forgot an AKA earlier, AKA Joe Budden Jr. Thank you guys for listening and watching the podcast, and see you guys next time.
It's your girl Becky, aka Becca_2X, aka Chocolate Earthquake. Catch me on Sundays nights, aka it's Becca LOL on Snapchat.
Sunday nights?
I was thinking.
I gotta get ready for work.
I know.
I don't have classes on Monday, so you know. We just,
This is college.
Pay that tuition.
I'm here.
You know, I ain't even mad at it.
Yeah. Follow me.
all right, and it's me, Tommy, aka like Spike. Like I said before, Sideline Cinema coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, shout out to Tommy, first time guest.
Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, of course.
We'll have to have you back soon.
Yes. And on that note,
We out.
we out.